Win in Canada, baby. Win in Canada.
Learn to say A.
Loosehead. Oh, I said Loosehead. I meant Moosehead. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to my Facebook Lives, I don't usually broadcast this late at night, so I want to hit a little bit of a different audience. My name is Steve Melia, and tomorrow, March 29, 2018, I continue on my quest to break my own world record of 176 straight New York Yankee games. I did this back in 2011, wound up writing a book called 162, The Almost Epic Journey of a Yankee Superfan. I followed that up 2 short seasons later as I stalked and followed Mariano Rivera around for his last 42 games. And now, along with my girlfriend, Mary Beth Longona, and our dog, Desi Doodle, we are here in Canada. We're going to opening day tomorrow, and we're at an 8-game streak right now. If you haven't been following, I did the last 7 in Houston in that series, and then the 1 in Cleveland, Game 5. And so Mary Beth and I have both been in 8 straight games. So we've got a current streak of 8 going, so we're not starting from scratch. And I see some of my friends have joined. My sister-in-law, Maureen. Maureen, I hope you're doing great. I saw your mom had a big birthday the other day. Happy birthday to her.
Hi, Maureen.
And Mary Beth says hello. And I see Nick Meredith. Nick is our most recent pledgee. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you. Fellow Yankee fan. Nick, can't wait to see you in Chicago in a couple short months. But if you want to join us somewhere else on the road, man, it's going to be a fun season. But ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to provide a little bit of value in my Facebook Live tonight, not just ask for donations, which we are still looking for some pledges. We'll be looking for pledges all season. So if it's not now, it'll be tomorrow. But I'm looking at you. I'm watching who's dialing in, and I hope to see your name eventually on one of our donor categories. But what I wanted to share before I get into the charities and what we're doing for the Home Run Challenge, for those of you that don't know, the starting lineup for the 2018 New York Yankees has been released, and I'm gonna go over it. Okay, leading off and playing left field from South Carolina, Brett Gardner. At right field, number 99. Thank you. Hey, I'm announcing over here. Number 99, Aaron. Tell it to the judge. Judgment Day. That should be pretty exciting. Over/under on home runs this year. I'd say 50 again, right? The newest, most exciting addition to the New York Yankees in the 2017 offseason over the winter, Giancarlo Stanton. Let's give him a Stanton ovation, baby. Awesome. I got a little cheering crowd here. Wasn't really expecting it, but in Canada, people will just start cheering at any moment. Catching. He could have also been the Rookie of the Year last year. What an amazing year he had. I believe he had 34 home runs. Sanchez behind the plate. Young player, great player. In the cleanup spot is Gary Sanchez. Boom, 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 boom. Those 4 alone, guys, 50, 50, and 50. These 2 guys could hit 150 home runs. And if you're pledging, that's some big bucks right there. Next in the lineup, the center fielder, Aaron Hicks. He's batting 5th. Pretty cool, right above Didi. So we went lefty, righty, righty, righty. Of course, then we go lefty, lefty. And batting, the shortstop, batting 6th, man. Didi could be batting 2nd, 3rd, 4th. You could put this guy anywhere. Didi Gregorius makes Yankee fans euphorious. Fantastic. And then the last 3 guys are sort of like, okay, what are we going to see out of these guys? Brandon Drury. Brandon is going to be playing 3rd base. Then we got Neil Walker. Neil, I believe, is an addition from the Diamondbacks. And I'm going to tell you early in the season, I can't give you a lot of scouting reports on these guys, but of course, Tyler Austin. Tyler was okay last year, but he's going to be playing first base. He's going to be, many of you know, Greg Bird had ankle surgery, and he's going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, probably minimum. So that is going to be, that is what it is. Injuries are part of the game. So if there's any questions or anything, check out my buddy Steve. Hey, Chuck, how you doing, boss? Fiona, love those cheering Canadians. Yeah. I was going to mute them out. Richard, hey, buddy. Hope South Carolina is doing good. We're up here in cold Canada. And, guys, it's freezing up here. My buddy Kevin Martin, boom. Bring value. I'll bring pledges. Hey, thank you. Ralph, Rebecca, I want to come watch with you guys in Denver. Rebecca, they're not going to be in Denver. We're not playing in Denver, but we will play in Detroit You guys want to meet us in Detroit? That'd be fun. And Detroit's going to be great. I see my buddy Nick. I see Carla. I see Fahim. Lots of great friends on. Friends that I've met, many of which, my friend Rebecca I met in Hockeytown in Detroit. Our very first trip to Detroit. Rebecca was bartending at Hockeytown, was very friendly. And Steve Marcinowski was still part of the tour back then. In fact, one of my favorite stories in the book is the trunk incident. For those of you that read 162, I think you'll agree that that was a funny story. So we got some other folks watching. Betty, Carlos, Rod, everybody, thanks. One of the reasons I decided to go Facebook Live at night is because I usually do it in the morning when I got the most energy or in the afternoon. But for those of you that don't know, my girlfriend Mary Beth, and I'm going to say hi to Mary Beth.
Hi. Hi.
That's her. That's Anita.
Hi.
That's Mary Beth. That's Desi Doodle. Desi, come here. Desi. We're going to let you guys see Desi Doodle. And a lot of you have been asking, is Desi Doodle going to all the baseball games too? No, she's not. She, maybe Sundays. For those of you that know, she is our emotional support animal. If you know me, I know I need a lot of emotional support. So she gets to travel with us. If you're wondering how she gets on airplanes, okay? She gets on airplanes. She gets in hotels. But we're still working out the baseball stadium. We're not sure if we really want to. You know, I'd like to focus and watch the game when I'm at a game. I don't know if I want a dog as cute as Desi is. Come here, Des. Right? Okay. Like or love if you think we should bring Desi to Sunday games only. Sunday games only. The Doodle gets to come to the games. We'll be in standing room only. Desi, you're not getting any likes or loves. I think people are just watching because they don't know what's going to happen here. They're freaking out. So 2 weeks ago and 15 days ago, we launched what we call the 162 Home Run Challenge. And how it works, every time a New York Yankee hits a home run, and mind you, there hasn't been any home runs hit because the season hasn't started. The season starts tomorrow at 3:37 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be there. It's going to be exciting. Super. Can you tell I'm excited? But so nothing's happened so far. But what people are doing is they're pledging. So people are pledging. Say somebody pledges $1, but the Yankees don't hit any home runs this year. You don't owe any money. Let's say they hit 4 home runs this year. You owe $4. Let's say they hit 250 home runs, which is a little bit more likely. Then you would pledge over the 6-month period. What would that be? About $30, $40 a month, something like that. You can stop at any time. You can increase at any time, whatever you want to do. But once you pledge, it raises the estimated total of how much we're going to raise. And so far, ladies and gentlemen, in just 15 short days, we are just this shy of $20,000. Everybody give yourself a round of applause. That's pretty cool. We have, I think, 64, 65 people that have pledged so far. Our biggest pledger is a guy named John Bush in Austin, Texas. Let's give me a like or give me a love. He did what we call the Mickey Mantle pledge. He pledged $7. That was Mickey's number, $7 per home run, which is about $1,750. So pretty cool. Hopefully he keeps his pledge and keeps it going all year, right? And then we've got 3 $5 pledges. My brother Mike, who's a baller, if you know Mike, Larry and Donnie Smith, great friends in Arizona. And, of course, the other $5 pledge right now is Brian Crothers. I almost skipped my mind. And Brian Crothers, for those of you who know him, best-selling author, wrote a book called Money Mindset, also wrote another book called Building an Empire. And Brian is going to be doing the afterword, not the foreword, but the afterword, in my new book, 30 Ways in 30 Days. He really wanted to do the foreword, but I said, you know what, buddy? We're going to put you at the back of the book, all right? Just kidding. He's a great friend of mine, and I'm flattered that he's going to be part of 30 Ways in 30 Days, which should be out in about 2-3 weeks, so pretty excited about that. But anybody that wants to pledge, no obligation. If you think it's something that you could jive with, for those of you that aren't familiar, we're giving the money to 4 charities. The National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, which is very special to me. I've gotten to meet these guys through my brother Danny. My brother Danny was a battalion chief in the FDNY. And when I came to him with the idea of doing this about a month ago, I was actually looking for FDNY, and he said, you know what, who probably needs it more is the National Foundation, because this way you're helping everybody across the country, and that's powerful because as we travel around to 16 different cities, we want people everywhere to get excited about what we're doing, not just in New York City. The second organization that we're going to be working with is Ed Rando's Fans for the Cure. Ed is a big-time baseball personality here in the New York area. I say here, I'm in Toronto now, but when we get back to New York. And it's about getting tested for prostate cancer. Great organization. It's like anything. Early detection is the key. and if we can catch it early, that's a big deal. So they got this huge bus that goes around to minor league ballparks and test men at the ballpark. Now, originally when I heard this, I thought, ooh, that sounds a little, I don't know, that sounds painful. But what I found out is they're just taking blood. That's all this test is. They're taking blood. They're going to let you know whether you might have some issues or not. So I don't know that I'm the best spokesman for this, but I am raising a lot of money for them. The third that we talked about is Work, Play, Love. Work, Play, Love. Organization that I founded with my partners almost 10 years ago now. We support one particular village and an orphanage in Guatemala where we've built an entire girls' orphanage, and we're in the midst of building a school, and we've probably donated in the midst of about $500,000 over the last 8 or 9 years, which is just very rewarding. And that's the third. And then the fourth is the largest cancer. I don't know if it's the largest, but probably the I don't know, the most successful cancer center in the country. I don't know what successful means as far as cancer center. It's the best cancer center. Can I say that? Please don't laugh at me. I'm over here raising money for a good cause, and the girls and the Canadian girls are laughing at me. Anyway, it's called Memorial Sloan Kettering. It's in New York City, and it's a cancer center. They do amazing work. And so those are the 4 charities. How it works is we'll split the money evenly. So far we've raised about $20,000, so that means each of those charities will get 25% of that, which is cool. But we're just getting started. We haven't even started yet. Because here's what's going to happen. Mary Beth, she brings her laptop to the bars, right? And then we go to the bar, and she says to a guy, hey, you want to pledge? And he goes, what's it all about? And she puts on her charm and her personality, and before you know it, dude's got his credit card out. He's typing in, we got another pledge. Then the guy behind him says, what are you guys doing? Home run pledge. He's signing up. They're signing up. You know how I know this? Because we did it with the Super Bowl, where we raised $22,000 for the Super Bowl this year. We like to raise money. We're pretty good at it. We're not afraid to ask. In fact, I learned from my friend Jack Canfield, and I can call him my friend because we met and we liked each other. And so, isn't that really what friendship is all about?
You did a podcast,
and he was on my podcast. But I actually asked him this question on a podcast: is that you want to be an asshole, right? Not the other word, an asshole. You want to ask. Now you want to do it in a way where you're not overly annoying, and you're friendly, and people like you. If people don't like you, they're probably not going to give you their money or do anything that you're asking, right? But if you're likable and you're genuine, you have other people's. I froze there for a minute. Very distracting in this house with these 2 girls. When I go Facebook Live, I like a little bit of privacy.
Abuse.
Anybody that pledges tonight is going to get 2 free copies of my 162 book, and actually I have the 3 books coming out. I'm going to give you a choice. Anybody that pledges tonight, I'll inbox you as soon as you pledge. You can go to the162crew.com. That's the162crew.com. You can pledge 50 cents. That means if the Yankees hit 200 home runs this year, over the 6-month period, you'll be billed periodically, totaling $100. So not going to break the bank. If you got some more bucks and you're looking to donate, maybe you're looking for a tax deduction. You know, we're all 501(c)(3)s. Is that how you say it? 501(c)(3)s. All 4 charities are. And they're all great causes. And just so anybody, if anybody is wondering, we're paying all of our own expenses on this trip. We're not using any of the money that we're collecting. And I think it's a good question, especially if you don't know me, or especially if you do know me. But our beer, our travel, our airfare, our hotel, everything. Desi's food. You know, Desi gets her nails done. She gets groomed. She gets all sorts of stuff. We're paying for all that on our own. The foundation is collecting the money and giving out to those 4 charities. We do not collect a penny, which is pretty cool. Thank you, David. Appreciate that. And that's really all I wanted to talk about tonight. I gave you guys the starting lineup. I asked for money. I'm an asshole, if you will. But isn't that a pretty cool term? But you got to be careful. You got to have good pronunciation skills. You know, if you've been drinking, you don't want to say that, especially if you get pulled over by the police. No, I don't know where that came from. Should you call me an asshole? No, just teasing. Anyway, some things are funny, some are. The difference is knowing the difference. So, my name is Steve Melia. It's been fun. It's been great. It's been fun and great, but I'm going to rock and roll. We're in Canada. It's a little bit before 11:30, and opening day's tomorrow. It's at 3:37. Probably going to head down to the ballpark around noon and hit some of the bars and the restaurants around there. Just feel the vibe, feel the excitement. If anybody, wants to buy me a beer or something, just, PayPal me $12 because that's how much they are at the ballpark. But seriously, if you want to call me or text me or do anything. But again, what I started to say before I was interrupted by these two girls that I'm sitting here with is that anybody that pledges tonight, I'm going to give you any 2 of my 3 books that I've written. So if you want to wait a couple weeks and get 30-30, anybody that pledges tonight, I'm going to either give 162, the last 42, or 30-30. So you're going to get any 2 of the 3 books that I have. So just inbox me if you want to wait a couple weeks until the new book comes out. That's cool. I'll send it at no cost, and we'll do that. So my name is Steve Melia. Remember, the 162crew.com. Hey Manny, I hope you're doing great. If anybody's going to be at Yankee Stadium next week, opening day there is Monday. So what's cool is we've got opening day here, which is the big opening day, the start of the season. But there's nothing like opening day at Yankee Stadium, baby. I know my Yankee fans are like, yeah, you have fun up in Toronto. This is opening day. And that might be true, but it's going to be 30 degrees out, and it might be snowing. So I sort of prefer this opening day because the roof is on. The roof is up. The roof is, it's optional in Canada. Sort of like topless beaches. It's optional. So anyway, this has been sponsored by Moosehead Beer in Canada. Right? When in Canada, drink Canadian beer, baby. So, and if you notice, this is a bigger one than normal. Canadians, they do it big. So, if anybody wants to buy me a Moosehead, they're $12, so you can PayPal me $12. And don't send it like you're paying for something. Send it like a friend, so they don't take out 80 cents, and I really don't even have enough for beer. So send me the full $12. Don't be cheap, okay? Nobody likes somebody that's cheap. And here I am asking for free beer. Who's the cheap one? I know the irony in this. I'm getting a lot of laughs. I think I might stay on another 5 minutes. I'm killing it. Anyway, it's been Steve Melia. If anybody is interested in following the 162 crew, we're going to be doing video blogs and all sorts of blogs. But it's great. And I'm going to let Desi close out the show. Desi, come here. Come here, Des. Close out the show. Des, close out the show. Come here, Desi. Her name is Desi Doodle. That's it, guys. Have a great night.